A sudden collapse, 2 declarations and some very steady batting from Essex has set up the LV County Championship match at Chelmsford, where Hampshire are the visitors, rather nicely going into the final day. A rained-off second day meant that the third began with Hampshire resuming their first innings on 303 for 6, but 10 overs in they were all out. First, David Masters finally removed Neil Mackenzie with a nick behind to end his 6.5-hour stay on 139. He fell in the day's third over, and in the fourth, Dimitri Mascarenhas was comprehensively bowled by Graham Napier for 7. Napier struck again in his next over by also wrecking David Balcombe's stumps. And then Danny Briggs finally gave Harbhajan Singh his first Essex wicket in his 44th over for the county, with a thick edge to Greg Smith. In 45 minutes, Hampshire had been dismissed for 323. Both sides need points to keep in touch with the promotion places, and so, rather than look for bonus points, Essex declared their first innings closed on 18 without loss after 18 overs, and Hampshire responded with 54 without loss from 15. So that left Essex 4.5 sessions to get 360. Billy Godleman and Jake Mickleborough were back out again, although this time the latter was bowled behind his legs by James Tomlinson with the total on 25. Balcombe was then convinced that he had Godleman legged before. His reaction to the negative decision from the umpire suggests that he thought it was rather close. The pair of declarations had meant that the draw had really been taken out of the equation in this match, and that also meant that Essex needed a good start. They were certainly setting their stall out, with Godleman leaving the ball plenty of times. Indeed, shots like this from Tom Wesley were a rarity, as Essex dug in as if their lives depended on it. And that meant that Hampshire had to make do with just 1 wicket in the final session, Wesley on 26 falling leg before to Balcombe at 60 for 2. The remainder of the day was a war of attrition, with only 42 runs coming from 25 overs. This was a day in which there were plenty of thrills and spills in grounds across the country, but not here, as Godleman spent 3 hours over his 37 and Mark Bettini used up 78 balls in making 16. But what they have done is set up an exciting final day. Essex will resume on 102 for 2, made from 50 overs, needing a further 258 for the remaining 96. A victory for either side will boost their promotion credentials greatly, so it is an important day to come.